This is Doug Green, and I'm the publisher of Telecom Reseller, and we are with Adam Cole, who is the CEO of Votela. Adam, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Doug.
So, Adam, why don't we just start with what is Votela?
Well, Votela is a distributor and carrier, actually the only combined carrier in North America distributor for Siemens OpenScape Cloud Services. So Votela enables its value-added resellers, managed service providers, and other partners to easily deploy Tier 1 enterprise UCaaS, or Unified Communications as a Service, for their partner or for their customers. And what Votela does is take the Siemens OpenScape Cloud Services, layer in its carrier services, billing solutions, customer management, and we deliver that to our partners to enable them to deliver UCaaS, simply, easy, on demand.
Is that what Votela started out as?
Votela started from a previous company that we had called Abtech, which was a regional service provider and reseller for Siemens, delivering legacy PBXs for the last 20 years. And as we've kind of grown and changed and shift courses, the last 5 years we've seen the migration towards the cloud. We were a rather early adopter. We had some very early losses with very large customers, enterprise customers, that wanted to go to this OpEx on-demand model, but Siemens didn't have a solution that fit us or fit our customers' needs. And in 2010, Siemens announced that it was going to deploy OpenScape Cloud Services, and they invited us to become a distributor, and we thought it was kind of necessary to leave behind the past and go forth onto the future with a new business model for ourselves, and thus became Votela.
So you were, in a way, one of the first companies, it sounds like, that started to pair cloud and managed services with the enterprise.
I would absolutely think so, yes.
And, how did it, it's sometimes very difficult for a pioneering company to do, but it sounds like you early on decided to sort of go all in on that strategy.
Well, early on it was very tough because we didn't have a product set that would allow the customer to feel comfortable with a solution that they could scale with. And you can't go to the enterprise with Bob and Joe's hosted phone system. You really need a name brand. You really need a manufacturer-provided, manufacturer-supported. And that's really kind of where we stumbled all along. We had another solution, but it just didn't let us go above that 10, 15, 20-seat customer. Where this product will allow our resellers to go to the 1,000-seat enterprise customer and say, hey, we're ready to deploy. If you've got 1,000 locations of 50 seats, we can deploy easily to that on demand.
I'm picking up on something you just said in addition to the scale, and that is the brand. That one of the attractive things here with the relationship with Siemens might have been that provided a little bit more power in presenting this idea.
Well, Siemens has been around for over 150 years, kind of running pair and pair with AT&T and Ma Bell in the United States, or Alexander Graham Bell. And in about 99, Siemens took their enterprise carrier grade solution and moved that to the enterprise, and was born a product called OpenScape. And OpenScape Voice is literally a carrier grade unified communication solution that you see in customers like Ford, Coca-Cola, Fiat, Deutsche Bank, states with 50 to 60,000 seats of phones run. So, we really get to leverage the 47th largest company in the world and their service and delivery team to deploy and deliver a product. It's a big difference. It's an absolute big difference when you're delivering to the enterprise. we kind of use this word risk aversion. You don't want to have a no-name company. You want to know that you made the right choice. And you as a IT manager, you as a CEO, you as a CIO, always want to say, at least I chose the right company, and we'll deliver the right product with that right company.
So, that makes a lot of sense, that as you're introducing to customers really not just some new technology, but a very different way of delivering voice and video and data, it makes it easier if they're dealing with a company or a brand that they're familiar with.
Well, it makes it very easy for our resellers' customers, and it makes it very easy for our resellers to use this kind of white label concept. But instead of just calling it, whatever voice over IP you want, you really want to kind of use the concept of powered by OpenScape or powered by Siemens, so that you can leverage that brand.
So it's not just cloud, it's Siemens Cloud. It's OpenScape Cloud.
Siemens Cloud. It's OpenScape, yeah. Absolutely.
Now, in dealing with resellers, why don't we talk a little bit about that? How do you guys interact with the channel?
Well, we first off, we have a fully certified channel. Our channel becomes certified from Siemens, and then we enable them to deliver the product. So we're that middleware that delivers Siemens, but that powers and enables our channel providers. And we give them all the solutions they need. We support them on their LNP and their carrier services. We provide them with all the taxation tables and the billing solutions and the portals that they need. So we really make our resellers' job easy to deploy. They don't have to worry about the E911 in the background. They don't have to worry about bandwidth to the data center. They don't have to worry about data centers. They don't have to worry about working on concepts of origination and termination and, how do I get this session border controllers working in the data center and the firewalls. So we just make it easy to deliver, and we give them all the tools they need.
Well, in that vein, I understand you just announced a successful deployment with one of your partner companies.
Yeah, one of the first on-deployments we did with a multi-vendor reseller in Florida called MSGI. They delivered a solution to a small company in Alexandria, Virginia called American Chiropractic Association. American Chiropractic is a little interesting because they have a very large, very diverse user community, and their big requirements were mobility and conferencing and collaboration, and we delivered a solution to them that turned up rather easy, extremely easy, matter of fact, and the customer's extremely happy at this point.
How did it improve the customer's condition? I mean, in other words, why are they so happy?
It just simplified their life. I mean, the cutover was on demand. The collaboration is embedded. They can use any tool they want. They can work off their cell phone, their home phone, so they're not tied to their desktop anymore. They have all those embedded features that one expects today, conferencing and collaboration and presence and unified messaging and collaboration, mobility. And it just makes it very easy for them to grow and to, hopefully not shrink, but if they need to, use the product on demand. And it's all risk-free because we take care of the whole back end. It's got built-in disaster recovery so they can continue running. We have 4 data centers in the world, 2 in the United States, 2 in Germany, so we're geo-separated. Each data center allows for redundancy within the data center, so we have 8 redundant systems, and that's something that they couldn't get before. They couldn't even nobody can figure out how to build out such redundancy and make it scalable for their own use and be able to afford it.
So, it's allowing you to do what you were talking about, BYOD, People are being able to use their own devices, but at the same time, you have stability, scalability, and they don't have to worry about support.
And they get upgrade on demand because we're constantly upgrading the system. When we say you have immediate access to leading edge unified communications, that's just not the day you buy it. That's forever on because we're upgrading every single day, every single week. We're adding features to the product. So in 2 years, they don't have to buy a new product. They just keep on getting the best on demand.
And I guess this is sort of a larger argument for the enterprise to be adopting cloud.
Absolutely. Predictable monthly costs, reduced communication, reduced energy costs, reduced planning, quick adaptation to growth and change. They can go into new markets easily. It's innovative. This is something that's new to everybody. And now, it accelerates their whole business process.
Because I guess both of us have a pretty strong background in the premises world, there's this big argument, as you know, going on between premises versus cloud. And a lot of people had said for a while that the managed services model, the cloud model, while being very good for a very small business, would never work successfully for the larger enterprise. And why do you think that's changed?
Well, if you kind of look at a larger enterprise that's dispersed, you've got hundreds of disparate systems, hundreds of different providers, hundreds of different circuits, hundreds of different things to manage. You've got, from our history, we have a warehouse full of systems that some don't work with the other, and you have to make all those work together. You've got systems in place at each of these locations that have 20 or 30 or 40% slack and that they're overbuilt. I can consolidate everything on one central system. I can have one central provider, and I deploy on demand. I don't need to have that slack in the system anymore. So it's scalable. It's on demand. From our legacy, we would have trucks after trucks after trucks, and we needed this warehouse. And we don't need that anymore. All we need is a couple spare phones. We send it out the phone. They can immediately program the phone, and they're up and running. We don't have to wait for the guy to do the cross-connect. We don't have to wait for the voicemail upgrade that was 10 weeks late, and the software is not working anymore. It's easy now. And it's easy to open a new office because they just have to get what we're going to do anyway. We're going to get our data network up and running. And this is another layer on that three-dimensional data network.
So I think also what we're saying is, and maybe this is the message to the IT, enterprise managers at larger companies, the nature of their enterprise itself must have changed. The way we are working today is changing, and therefore maybe cloud makes more sense than it did when we were all sort of sitting at a traditional premises style campus.
Well, we constantly fight whether we want to have our employees work at home or not. We constantly fight, do we need more space or not? We're constantly fighting these policies of HR and how do we give people time off and how do we give them pregnancy leave or whatever they might require. And now we can do that easy because as simple as I'm on my office phone today, I can take my calls and make my calls from my cell phone, my home phone, whatever phone I want, but I can still have that vision that look that I'm working at the office. So yeah, it makes it very powerful from a mobile perspective to have the product.
What's going to be next for Votela?
Building out the Siemens channel. Siemens has never been great at delivering on the channel vision in the United States, and we're working hand in hand with Siemens to kind of change the face of the Siemens channel.
So in a way, the sort of very relatively smaller number of dealers that represent Siemens, but we're all of a sudden in kind of a new era, and Siemens is still a strong brand. Maybe it becomes a different equation?
Well, it is a different equation because yesterday we were delivered by that traditional telecom VAR. tomorrow and today, we want to be delivered by that guy who knows the data network, the guy that knows how to deliver quality of service, the guy that has the NOC and the support methodology with 24/7. And this is just another enterprise application that fits into his portfolio. So yeah, we think that we can easily change that channel for Siemens. And it's just finding the data guys that this is just another thing for them. And it's profitable too. And it's the guy that knows already that, managed services means monthly recurring revenue. It's this OpEx model, and we want to give them that solution.
So, and what you talk about what we were saying at the very beginning, there are a lot of choices if you're a dealer out there trying to pick between different companies that are providing an opportunity to resell into the cloud. Maybe it's better to use a company that offers a brand.
Well, there's a lot of choices, but who's behind that? So today you can get enterprise voice in the cloud, but are you just an agent of some smaller company? What we promise to our resellers is that it's your customer. You're not giving it away. We're giving them that profitability. We're letting them do and bill and collect the money and do everything and treat them just like they would for any other services that they provide. So I don't think that the model is out there today to deliver enterprise voice for your customers as your product with a major manufacturer behind you. So our model is very different in that it's a manufacturer's distributed delivery model, but maintaining that cloud concept and the last mile of is done by the reseller that you already know and you're already familiar with.
So there's a little bit of a blend there. There's a blend of the best of the rest, if you will, plus also cloud.
Absolutely. Our best resellers are the ones that know how to take the product and put a wrapper around it, add in their managed services, add in all their other applications, add in all their features and functionality and their support.
Well, on that note, Adam, where would people find out more about your company, Votela?
Go to Votela.com and you'll see our office numbers. You'll see numbers for connections or to connect with us. And you'll find us on the web, www.votela.com.
Adam, thank you very much for spending time with us today.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to talk.